Certainly a word of welcome, Mr. Secretary. We look forward to your testimony, the first, I believe, that you will be offering to a congressional committee, and we're pleased that you're here. My goal, like the chairman noted, is to obviously advocate for the best possible opportunities for our constituents. That includes developing policies that help to create jobs, deliver high-quality, low-cost health care, and generally help all Americans make a better life for their families. The budget that President Trump has presented leans against these goals. Instead, it would create more obstacles for families to navigate as they try to make ends meet and move up the economic ladder. Last year, President Trump and our Republican colleagues rammed through a $2.3 trillion tax cut for the wealthiest and strongest among us. In his budget, the president now attempts to fill the deficit hole by slashing critical health and family programs instead of building on them to expand middle-class opportunities to move up. The budget sabotages health care programs by ripping the rug out from under the middle class and cuts the health care programs these hardworking Americans rely upon. Under the Trump budget, millions more of Americans will lose their health insurance, and health care costs will continue then to increase. The Republican Trump budget attacks pre-existing condition protections by allowing companies to charge more for less coverage or to deny coverage altogether. It creates an age tax where seniors will be charged significantly more due to their age. For millions of Americans, this budget would cause their health care premiums to skyrocket. The Trump budget cuts $1.4 trillion from Medicaid and another $0.5 trillion from Medicare. As more and more baby boomers enroll in Medicare, now is the time to strengthen and sustain the program, and we could have done that by adding critical benefits such as dental, vision, and hearing coverage, not to arbitrarily cut it. $1.4 trillion cuts in Medicaid will lead to cuts in health care for children, individuals with disabilities, and people who need long-term care. Medicaid, in our time in Congress, has now become a middle-class benefit. It's the reason that your parents aren't living in your attic, and it's a key component of the opioid and health treatment programs that we all wish to address. Medicare and Medicaid and other health programs are more important than ever as our nation struggles to find effective long-term solutions to the opioid crisis. Everyone in this room has a family member or knows someone who is directly impacted by an opiate or other drug-related disorder. Slashing programs that are designed to help those individuals is not the responsible path. Healthcare is a crucial part of the economy here in the United States. In my district alone, hospitals are the largest employers, and I must tell you with satisfaction and pride in Massachusetts, they are first-class citizens and first-class employers. Cuts to health care programs would offer significant job losses as proposed in this budget. The budget alone cuts more than $200 billion in payments to hospitals, threatening additional closures. This proposal would dismantle protections for struggling families and supports for Americans getting and keeping good jobs. The Trump budget cuts employment services for job seekers and employers, limits access to community colleges for trade-affected workers, and reduces the number of working families receiving assistance in many states. It makes no additional job training investments for workers who need to upgrade their skills, slashes Meals on Wheels, child and adult protective services, substance abuse programs, and other key programs by eliminating the Social Services Block Grant. These proposals directly undermine the fight against opioid abuse. It also proposes that Congress stop providing guaranteed multi-year funding for maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting programs, which is currently authorized through 2023. Instead of focusing on giving the strongest and the wealthiest amongst us a $2 trillion cut in their taxes, we should be breaking down the obstacles so that middle-class families can indeed get ahead. And I yield back, Mr. Chairman.